Hello traders, and welcome back to the market opening preview on a Thursday, August 28th, 2014. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Overcast skies, but we still got some white sandy beaches, nice cool little breeze out there today. It's kind of refreshing, to tell you the truth. Remember traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator through the market opening preview series. And also, of course, at the end of the New York market on Friday, we have the Friday wrap-up. All right, traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from an awesome career in the fire rescue department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, after I retired, 9 days later, I came over to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. And traders, it's 2014, and I'm still on my holiday. Traders, yes, I'm still here. I have made my residence Thailand, and I'm absolutely having a great time. Traders, I do trade the Forex market every single day. Doesn't necessarily I take a trade every day, but I am in the markets and watching the markets every single day. Traders, I appreciate your patience yesterday, as I did have no electric and was actually doing my video to you all out of a coffee cafe, which was quite noisy in the background, but seemed to work out okay. All right, traders, let's move along, and let's move to the risk disclaimer real quick. It's the legal stuff. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most important is please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Traders, okay, it's time for news and commentary. Let's get over to the news. What's going on so far today? Well, we had private new capital expenditure out of the Aussie and the Asia session, and it came out at 1.1 versus negative 0.3, so that was a good number. However, I was in front of my charts, and the market barely moved. All right, moving into the London session. Traders, it is a very light day in the London session, so why don't we just bring up a couple of things that are medium impact, and that is we have German unemployment rate, which we don't expect that to change, and we have German unemployment change, and we don't expect that to change either. I'm sorry, they're expecting negative 5K, and previously it was negative 12K, so there could be a change there. Just looking down the calendar here, don't see much happening, my friends. We got German CPI month on month later into the London session. Other than that, not much going on until the U.S. In the U.S. session, we have GDP quarter on quarter, high impact. That will be a mover. And also pending home sales month on month in the New York session. So we do have New York's can be pretty good with some high impact data. Hopefully, we'll get these markets moving, and we'll start making some pips and a little bit of profit. Nothing wrong with a little bit of profit. Let's talk about the markets that are closed at the moment. The Dow 30 is up, just barely closed at 0.09%. The S&P 500 really barely at 0.01%. And the NASDAQ closed up at 0.04%. Not real earth-shattering news there. Let's go across the pond to the Eurozone. Take a look at what happened there. The DAX closed negative at 0.19%. The FTSE 100 closed up at 0.12%. And the CAC 40 barely in the green at 0.04%. With the Euro Stoxx 50 closing in the red, negative 0.15%. Traders, let's move over to Asia. And these markets are currently trading with the Nikkei 225 is negative 0.59% at the moment. The Shanghai is up at 0.13%. And the Hang Seng is up 0.26%, and the S&P ASX 200 out of Sydney, Australia, is down at 0.52%. Ending our live markets that are trading in Asia, the Kospi is up at 0.46%. Traders, I don't have much of a commentary today, and the reason is I was really not in the market yesterday. I obtained my power back, and it was already into London lunch. just about 2 hours before New York session, so I was quite out of tune yesterday with what was going on. So I really can't give you anything drastic other than I see that the Aussie dollar is back to trading its crazy ways again. So we'll talk about that chart when we get to it, just to be careful. And I think we have some good trade setups today, so why don't we get started? So, as we say, let's talk Forex, and these are 60-minute charts. As always, we always begin with the euro dollar, so let's go. Okay, so here's the euro dollar. Did come up, pulled back down there late in New York, and then in Asia, you can see it's pulled up. Remember, these are 60-minute charts. But the problem now is we're at resistance. And, the euro, well, I shouldn't say nobody, but I don't want to buy the euro. There's no reason to buy the euro. So I want to sell the euro. So we'll see if we can get this to come down. You can I put that hour up to take that bounce off the trend line and take it up to the 200 exponential moving average, which is at 1.3249, and then take that all the way back down to support there at 1.3155 would be a nice place to take profit. So we'll take a look at the euro, but I wouldn't do anything until the London Open. Traders, let's take a look at the pound. The pound is doing its wiggly woggly stuff again. The pound came up a little bit, and then now all of a sudden it's dropped down and now sideways. So it's sort of in a range here, really not very predictable what's going on. I only want to sell the pound at the moment. I want to sell the pound. And I want this to close below the trend line, and we can take this down at 1.6570. And if it wants to go up to that 200 exponential moving average, I have no problem with that by London Open, and we'll sell it down. We'll take it all the way back down to 1.6535, and we'll take profits down. We'll let this thing just run. Traders, as you probably know, I am a price scaler, so I scale out of my positions. I usually take my first hit at 75% of my position, and then 25% I take out another position, and I leave like 10% for the rest of the day. 5%, whatever's left. But I do 75, 20, and then 5, and let that run, see what happens. A lot of times, if the market is slow, traders, what I'll do is I'll take a position, but I'll take what I call a high probability position where I'll only go for 10 pips. So I'm saying if I can get 10 pips, it's not even near a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, but I have an 85 to 90% chance that I'm going to get my 10 pips. I'll take one of those trades too, and those are fun. Those are exciting to take. It's really neat. All right, let's move along to the Aussie dollar. This thing is just all over the place. Bullish one day, bearish next day. However, we have to give it credit. It has stayed above the 200 exponential moving average since the 25th of August. So this is pretty good, but what's the problem now? We surely do not want to buy this here, traders. We are at resistance. This has been hit twice before and has been rejected. I just put that trend line in there to illustrate that. That trend line really has nothing to do with our trade. We want this to come back to the 200 exponential moving average at 9309, or that would be great. Or at 9310, and we could take this back up, but I surely do not want to buy at this price level. Remember, traders, we always want to buy at support and sell at resistance. All right, let's go to one of my favorite pairs that's really traded very nicely this week. Look at this. This has just moved really sweet. It's in a downtrend. Yesterday's candle was a big candle, and I'm not sure why, because I wasn't in the markets. I don't know if this was a data thing, but this happened early, and I heard there was New Zealand news came out that was bad. I did not see it on my calendar, so that might be what's going on there, because this candle really is pretty active. This could be because of the data that came out of Australia, but I was looking at the Aussie dollar and it didn't move at all. So maybe I was looking at the wrong horse. I should have been looking at the Aussie euro, and I probably could have made some pips. However, I'm only looking to short this. I need this to pull back to the 50%. Yes, the 382 looks pretty nice, at, what is it, 41.40, that area. Yeah, it looks really nice, but I really want this to come up to that 50% where we're at 41.63, 41.60, and then we can take this down and make sure we can get to break even before we hit support. Okay. All right, let's go over to the Euro Yen. Euro Yen's been acting a little funky the last couple of days. It has remained below the 200 exponential moving average since the 26th of the month. So hopefully it'll stay below that. Basically, I want this to pull back up to the 200 and take this down. I do a forecast every day, traders, and I tell you, I did say I was not even going to put this on my watch list. It was really too erratic for me. Really wasn't giving a sense of direction. It's in a range, and it's in a nasty range. So we can get beat up with this. So it's going to have to show some pretty good direction, and it's going to have to come up to that 200 exponential moving average at 137.24, and then give us a nice bearish candlestick formation, and we could take this short. Other than that, I'm staying out of this. We'll wait and see what happens maybe at London Open and the New York Open. All right, coming down to our last chart of the day, it's the New Zealand dollar. New Zealand, look at this. Came up to that 200 exponential moving average. Wow, amazing. It didn't close above it, and that's it, 0.8389. Traders, this is at a prime position, and we have 4 hours. I'm doing this presentation in Asia, so we have 4 hours before the London Open. So a lot can happen then. Hopefully we come back and it's still at that 200 exponential moving average, and we want to sell this at 0.8368 would be a wonderful sell on this pair. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends FXCL Excellence in Trading, thank you for joining me for the market opening preview on August 28, 2014. Traders, have a great trading day. Remember, trade smart and not hard. Traders, till next time, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now. See ya.